Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a woman blames her ex-husband for their divorce when, in reality, he was the real victim after discovering her secret. We'll also analyze another woman who, before turning 30, has already been through a divorce and 2 serious relationships, yet still believes she can give advice on finding yourself. We want you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to reach 150,000 subscribers before March, and with your support, we can make it happen. Don't forget to leave us your comments and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Now, let's get started.
I am trying to keep it all together, but I don't know if I can. There are good days and there are bad days. And the bad days just makes me feel like everything is falling apart. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I just want this feeling to go away. I don't want to keep feeling like this. I wish I could just erase this memory. I'm tired. I'm tired of I just want to see my dad. I don't know what to do anymore. I just wish this feeling would go away. I wish I could make it stop. Just some way, somehow. Just erase my memory. Just go into some forgotten world. I just want to be at peace.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This woman is going through a divorce, and as always, she blames the man for leaving her. She plays the victim, but brothers, there are clear signs that explain exactly why a man decides to walk away. A man's instincts don't lie. This man noticed something before making his decision, and in the next video, we'll see what it was. But I want you to pay attention to how she dramatizes the whole process. She talks about her separation as if it were a death, as if she were the only one suffering, when we know that pain in a divorce is not exclusive to women. Remember my words. On the wedding day, only one person marries for love, the man. The woman does it for stability and lifestyle. Now, check out the next video, where this woman is suffering so much, but doesn't take long to get over it.
They say that an ending of a relationship is much like a death, and in many cases, the sadness is even greater. Because when someone has died, there's often a completion and an understanding that just doesn't occur when both people are still on this earth, but separated. It was so morbid to me to feel like I had to grieve the loss of you like you were gone, but the truth is,
I kept my head down grinding, looked up and realized it. It's been a year, and I ain't saying it ain't been a good one. It's been a day a lot more than I thought I could want. It's been...
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Wasn't she supposed to die without him? Brothers, you can't make this shit up. I've always said it. Crocodile tears. They sell us the story that she's the only one suffering, but look where she ended up. From being married to a man one day to being with a woman the next? That's not a sudden change. This had been brewing for a while. This man definitely saw the signs that he was just a cover-up, and now she turns him into the villain of her little self-growth story. But the truth is different. He was the one who got scammed. He was the one who actually married for love. He was the one used to hide a truth. I hope he finds a better wife because what he had was a lie. Remember, brothers, when Little Red Riding Hood tells the story, the wolf is always the bad guy.
If she gave you a guilt-free pass to sleep with anybody, would you take it?
No, sir. You might get one pass, but at the end of the day, you want one wife. And this is the life I want. So no.
Okay. Now, what about you if he gave you one?
If you give me a guilt-free pass, I would take it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
Who would you take it with?
Wendy Waters the third?
They didn't know who that is. That's their problem. Yup.
Who else?
Barry Sanders. I'm in love with him.
What do you think those men have over your men?
They're professional athletes.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, I do not know how that man was still hugging her. Even after he gave his answer, his amazing answer, his wife has no problem disrespecting him. This man is very quickly having to go from this is the love of his life, it's his wife that he's going to be with forever, to she's not the one. Hence why he just says, that's crazy. He very quickly realizes that she never loved him. She just knew that he loved her. But he's a good man. He doesn't need to go on the attack because she ripped his heart out. He knows that he's a good man and he knows that it's not worth the fight. It's not worth the discussion. He just knows that he deserves better.
This man should have left her on the spot. When a man wins an award or is in public, the honorable thing to do is acknowledge his wife and show respect. That's what men with integrity do. Do you ever see women doing the same? This woman failed at the most basic level. Instead of showing respect for her boyfriend, she mentioned 2 men she'd sleep with. If she responds like that in public, imagine what she does in private. This is the kind of woman who, if she marries you, will cheat when she's bored, when she travels, or whenever she gets the chance. Because if she can't even respect you over a simple question, she sure as hell won't when she has a real opportunity to betray you.
I'm going to tell you why breaking up with somebody in your 30s is actually a really good thing. I am somebody who has had 3 breakups in my 30s, so I have definitely got some stuff to say on this. 1 was my marriage, and 2 were medium to long-term relationships. Firstly, I always think it's a really good thing in life when you can see that something isn't working anymore. You need to walk away from it. It's not for you anymore. You need to make a change. That is, of course, unless you were the one that got dumped. And one of my experiences, I got dumped. So in that case, you have no choice. But still, you can decide what happens after that. So many people stay in unhappy relationships for so many different reasons. Financial, being scared of being by themselves, being scared of what people will say, being scared of what their family will say, guilt, kids, all those kind of things. So if you can walk away from something with your head held high, I think it's a good thing. Also, you get to decide who you want to be. So you may have been somebody that you perhaps didn't like or didn't feel like you were fulfilling your potential in this relationship. Now that you're single, it gives you a chance to look at yourself, look at what you want to do, look at who you want to be, and look at where you want to go. You will really get to know yourself better than you have ever got to know yourself. I feel like in your 30s, especially as a woman, that is when you really kind of get to know who you are. There is nothing like getting to know who you are after a breakup, whether you called it or they called it. It's very confronting. So use this time to get to know yourself.
What a terrible piece of advice. This woman has had 3 serious relationships, a failed marriage, and 2 long-term relationships. Who knows how many more she's not even mentioning? She's been left more than once. She has a divorce, a child, and 2 men have already walked away from her. A mature person would stop and reflect on what the problem is. But instead of taking responsibility, she'd rather go find herself, which, in other words, means staying single and living it up. She's been through a marriage and multiple long-term relationships, yet she still doesn't know who she is. Well, my friend, you've hit the wall, and the wall doesn't forgive.
I know so many people say this. It's probably like, but I don't want to be on my own. I want to be with somebody. Or I want to be with that person. Use it to figure out who you are, what you enjoy doing, and what you want to be doing.
Also, you get to decide who you want to be with or who you don't want to be with next. Now, this is really important. You may feel like you failed at a relationship, like you're getting a little bit older and you didn't see yourself in this position. However, we learn from every single relationship that we're in. So this is your time to go, I don't want to repeat that. I don't want somebody like that in my next relationship. This is what I do want. I always feel like from breakups, this is where you learn what you do want and what you don't want in your next relationship. And finally, this is going to be one of the biggest learning curves you will ever go through. So, first of all, it's going to be the hard stuff. It's going to be that awful phase where you're really, really upset. You can't stop thinking about them. You don't know how you're going to get through the day without them. All that kind of really sad, depressing stuff where you're eating chocolate, you're not leaving the house, you just feel like crap. But you know what? You've got to go through that bit to get the good bit, okay? And the good bit is coming. You just need to be a little bit patient. So guys, if you are somebody who is going through a breakup in your 30s, a divorce in your 30s, perhaps you're feeling like you are not where you want to be at the moment and you're wondering how you got here, drop me a comment and you know what? We'll get through it together. And take it from me, somebody who has been through 3 breakups in her 30s, you're going to be just fine.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And then they wonder why they're single. If a woman has had good men and a divorce in her past, she should be asking herself, what am I doing wrong? Either she has terrible taste in men, or she has a problem that makes her unbearable. The logical thing would be to go to therapy, analyze her patterns of failure, and make a change. But no, she sticks to the same mindset. Now she's older, more tired, in her 30s, still trying to live the single life, without realizing she no longer has the same advantages she did in her 20s. At some point, she should grow up. But we all know responsibility is kryptonite for women. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, here are the questions for you. Do you think this man was used as a cover-up by his ex-wife before she finally got with a woman? Why do so many women, after failing in multiple relationships, choose to find themselves instead of taking responsibility? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.